The Invictus launch week, or in this case weeks, are near, and they have released a little bit of a trailer. It will happen on the 17th of May, and as usual the trailer teases us and there are certain things we need to discuss. First of all, you may have noticed the Polaris in the background. Unfortunately, no, it won't be ready for the Invictus, also known as the Fleet Week. But we will be able to see the Polaris since it is the leading ship of the fleet. We will also see the Iris and some of its insides, but for the most part it's the event that takes place just before summer, allowing us to rent and test most of the ships in the game, and also Free Fly is active during this time, so if you have some friends, invite them over. It's usually the best time to try it out, since you won't have that many options available during some of the other Free Fly events. But okay, first let's go through the trailer, what we can see. Of course, the first most notable things are the Polaris, Hammerheads, F7C, F7A Hornet Mark IIs, and even F8Cs possibly. Now, these may be some other F8 series ships, but heavy fighters nonetheless. Then we have this ground combat scenario, where possibly we can see on the left this little ramp, which suggests we are dealing with some form of a ground vehicle, possibly even medical vehicle, as we can see a little bit of it. We can also see the tire on the bottom right, and it looks like this is some form of an Ursa rover support vehicle. Perhaps this little decent sized medical ground vehicle, which would of course be a very unique and first edition of the sorts. In the back, once again, the show is taken away by the Polaris, and of course it is a big ship. Then we are actually getting a little bit of a look of this black Argo vehicle. It is very likely going to be Argo MPUV Cargo, since that is supposed to be this cargo transfer, merchant transfer ship. It's not meant for quantum traveling, it's just meant to, let's say, deliver goods from ship to the ground. And it looks like it has been reworked, since we can see a form of tractor beam up on its nose or on its head, perhaps giving it a bit more of a forklift vibe and cargo transfer. Now, we aren't also seeing the container area. It used to have a pretty big container under it, but right now it seems they have found some other solution. I'm interested how useful it will be, and of course, once again, the Polaris and the fleet, Misk Prospector, not much more to see here. Once again, the fleet, all its ships. The most common theme seems to be, oh, it's the Polaris, it's cool, it's awesome, it's here. Possibly the F7A and F7C will be up for rent as well, which kind of reduces the value of the rewards from the Overdrive initiative. But still, the whole event is taking place in ArcCorp Area 18, I believe, and once again we can see the F8Cs or possibly another F8 variants, because it's very hard to tell. We also have the event schedule, which will last from the May 17th to May 29th. If you have a special ship producer you're interested in, or a special ship you want to try out, well, make a note of the date and prepare yourself, because there are plenty and plenty of options to choose from. And as usually is the case, in the end of the event you will have still a chance to test out some of these ships, and that should be during the final period. The trailer probably didn't show us everything this event has to offer, but it did give us a decent look on some of these vehicles, which may possibly be new or altered after this event. Usually with these events we get a ship or a ground vehicle which they haven't sometimes announced, and that is also a possibility. Something new that we know nothing about. It seems possible they might release something interesting which we know rather little about, like the Mirai Guardian, which is supposed to be a Mirai heavy fighter, or perhaps Zeus Mark II, although usually we get some of these more interesting releases at the last quarter of the year, alongside the International Aerospace Expo, perhaps after CitizenCon and so forth. I just hope the Mirai Raptor will be there, because I really want to drive that vehicle. Everything else I don't really care about, that's the main vehicle I want to see. But as usual, the event is gonna be big, have fun, don't forget to subscribe, like, and thanks for watching.